What's good, fam? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's the word? How y'all doing today? Hey, look, I ain't about to take up too much time, so I'm about to get on this road. But I want to talk about something with y'all today. It's called the DOJ Dear Colleague Letter, right? Um, let's talk about this for a minute. Let me read from my notes here. On April 20th, 2023, the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division issued a major guidance Dear Colleague letter to the state and local courts with the goal of ending unconstitutional or discriminatory court imposed fines and fees. It is not about child support per se, but the principles below apply to all court fees and assessments, which can include enforcement costs tied to child support. Listen, y'all, and you can pull this letter up. It's on Google right now. It's on Google right now. You can pull this up for your own educational knowledge, but also you can apply this to your court case. So listen, here we go. The letter outlines 7 constitutional guardrails courts must follow. Number 1, the Eighth Amendment: no excessive fines or fees. Number 2, the 14th Amendment: no jailing for non-payment. Oh yeah, they out there getting it. Number 2, the 14th Amendment: no jailing for non-payment without a proper ability to pay hearing, or the proof for failure was willful. So two things: a proper ability to pay, and you need to prove or proof that the failure was willful. Number 3, the 14th Amendment: courts must first consider alternatives before imposing jail for non-payment. They got to be an alternative for imposing and putting you behind bars for not paying a fine. Okay. Number 4, the 14th Amendment: no conflicts of interest. This means court profiting from their own fines. So when you pay the court fees, when you pay these fines, what are they receiving? Income. They're receiving income. Is the income reported? No. Is all as a public worker, as a public agent, are you not supposed to report your income? These are gems, yo. These are gems. These are hot gems, yo. So listen. Number 5, again, the 14th Amendment: courts access can't be conditioned on payment you cannot afford. I'm gonna say that again. Courts access can't be conditioned on payments you cannot afford. They can't put conditions on you not paying a fine. We talking about due process of law here, bro. We talking about something serious. Number 6, the 6th and 14th Amendment: you must get due process. Notice the right to counsel. This is important, but otherwise, the whole thing is invalid. It's voided from the get go. If they don't give you due process for any case, it's voided for educational purposes only. Number 7, the 14th Amendment: no intentional discrimination in fee collection across protected classes. Okay. The DOJ, the Department of Justice, warns excessive fines trap people in poverty. The Department of Justice also stated courts relying on fines revenue often criminalize the poor. Again, courts relying on fines revenue often criminalizes the poor. We talking about something that's unfair and unjust. There's a reason they put this letter out and sent it to all the courthouses. Many jurisdictions have already reformed or eliminated punitive fees. The Department of Justice can enforce these rules, especially where discrimination is involved. This is so important, y'all. There's a reason they dropped this letter because there are so many men, women out there whose lives have been ruined and currently being ruined because they believe they have to pay these fines. And not only paying these fines, you already struggling. You're already struggling. You're already in poverty. So now they charge you for something you cannot pay. And then if you can't pay it, now we talking about imprisonment. We talking about putting a warrant out for you. This is unfair, y'all. This is a reason. It is a reason this letter exists right now to this day. So listen. So let's go back to child support. How can fathers use this letter to enforce their rights? Listen. Number one, demand an ability to pay hearing. You must schedule a hearing, motion for a hearing, right? So if a court is imposing fees, enforcement costs, contempt fees, license suspensions of that nature, we talk about traffic, stuff like that, tied to child support, do not blindly pay, okay? Do not willingly say, yeah, I'm just going to pay. No, you need to enforce your rights, okay? You need to formally request an ability to pay hearing. Within the ability to pay hearing, you're stating, hey, I cannot pay. Why can't you pay? What are you dealing with? You're showing proof, hey, I'm in poverty. A lot of people, a lot of men that's on child support or people that get traffic tickets a lot are struggling, don't even have a job. Could be unemployed, facing unemployment. So these are things that the court needs to consider in order to preserve your liberty, to preserve your rights. Because if they're taking you, they confiscating you because you didn't pay, right? Let's say if you do got children, you got a family, and you didn't pay, they takes you. Now this also impacts. This is damages. Now we talk about damages because now you cannot take care of your family because now you're incarcerated. Now it gets deeper, especially if you have children. It is deep. There's a reason I'm reading this to you right now. Listen, courts must evaluate your income, expenses, and capacity before penalizing non-payment. This is part of due process. It has to be fair just for you. They must take their time and analyze, hey, does this individual has the ability to pay? And if you don't have the ability to pay, how can they imprison you for something you don't have? Do that make sense? B, refuse fees. If if you're assessed an extra fees, if you're assessed extra fees, tech fees, processing fees, etc., you must point these violations out to the Department of Justice, right? You must submit a written objection using the DOJ letter as backing. Department of Justice is above them. So using this document here is essential into winning your court case. Not only to winning, but really just getting the remedy. It's not necessarily winning, but being fair. If you can't afford something and you could, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the payments. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But don't imprison me off of something I didn't pay right away. Let's see. C, challenge discrimination. Okay. If you can show that fathers, especially low income fathers, face unfair treatment, right? The DO letter says such racial or economic bias violates due process and equal protection. I'm giving out gems right now. This makes it actionable and even open to DOJ oversight. D, escalate if needed. If the court ignores you, this is what you can do. You can file a motion with the court referencing the DOJ letter. This is key. This is key. Two, if denied, take it to a higher state court or to the federal court. Okay. Three, You can also file a complaint with the DOJ Civil Rights Division. Ooh, they will look into it. They will get into your case. The Department of Justice issued this letter to all entities involved with commerce, the court system. Okay. Now that whole letter itself, you can also turn that letter itself into an affidavit. You can turn that whole letter into an affidavit. So pretty much everything I said just needs to be formatted into an affidavit. And you're standing on your constitutional rights. You're standing on your constitutional liberties. Really ask yourself, and I said this in the last video, the courthouse is the only entity that will come and confiscate your body to satisfy a debt. Hell, you don't even got to pay the debt. They would take you and have you sitting behind bars just, you know what I'm saying, just so the time, just so you can, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy that they are the only entity that will take your body to satisfy a debt. If the penalty is $1,000, then let it be $1,000. Or I gotta face time, face what, 30 days to satisfy the $1,000. So what is this really about? I don't think it's about the so-called crime or issue that you committed. It's something much deeper for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only. It's much deeper. But when you all get some time, um, yeah, that whole DOJ letter can be submitted into your court cases. And not only that, you can submit your own affidavit referencing that DOJ letter. Boy, the remedy is endless for you. Yeah. The remedy is there if you use it. The remedy is there if the people use it. If you don't know your rights, you waive it. So I just wanted to come on this live. I didn't want to take long. Again, what I'm talking about is the 2003 DOJ Dear Colleague letter. Go look that up, y'all. Submit it into your case if you're dealing with a child support case, traffic case, anything dealing with a whole bunch of fines. You should submit that into to your case and motion or schedule for a hearing. This is a powerful this is a powerful document, yo. I encourage you to strongly read it for yourself, do your own research, and apply the knowledge. That's all you have to do is apply the knowledge. Applied knowledge makes one unfit for what? You know the saying. You know how the saying is. So look, with that being said, y'all, like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm about to get going. Um, yeah, I'm just coming on live every day for at least a little bit of time, give y'all a little bit of juice, a little bit of nuggets for your knowledge, for your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So look, I appreciate y'all tapping in. What's good, chat? What's good? Yeah, we live right now. We on Twitch and YouTube right now. Straight up. What's good, yo? What up? What up? What up? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I'm be coming on here a lot more often. Still dropping gems, just being myself, yo. So I appreciate y'all tapping in. Love y'all. Share this information, clip it, remix it, do whatever you need to do. But I'll be back on later on. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Peace. Rich Mill 33. I'm out.